Hi and welcome to this video about the Art and Science Museum in Singapore. With a total area of 50,000 square feet, the museum is owned by Marina Bay Sands and has 20 galleries. The museum has 7 floors, 4 above the ground and 3 below. For this video we will explore the basement floor, and this is where you can purchase your tickets. The standard price to see one of the exhibitions was around $25 to $30 for an adult, but if you want to see 2 exhibitions you can purchase the museum ticket, which costs $39. This is the Future World Where Art Meets Science gallery, and this is also on the basement floor. It's divided up into different parts: City in the Garden, Sanctuary Park and Space, and we will see the City in the Garden area now. This was based on the assumption of Singapore's future notion to be known as the City in the Garden concept. And if you understand what that meant, please leave your comments in the description. We're just having a little walk around the different areas within the exhibition. This one was called the Sketch Aquarium, which is very colourful, and there's different rooms that you can go into with all kinds of different ideas and concepts about future and art. This was a round games table that had different games on, quite interactive, that you could use your hand and different appliances to play with. And of course, no galleries complete without a big slide for the kids. And when I say kids, that includes myself. And I'm really not too sure what this section of the gallery was about. I can only surmise that it has something to do with the exhibition's name of Future Art Meets Science. Alternatively, it could be somewhere the parents can take the kids for a 5-minute respite. There were other adults climbing across these steps as well. It's always worth trying these things out, because you never know, you might actually enjoy yourself. Now we get to my favourite part of the exhibition, which is called Space. And this was quite fun. This is where you can design your own aeroplane. And we thought it'd be a good idea to design our aeroplane based on this YouTube channel, which is Phil and Fang Around the World. And as we are fairly new to YouTube and making videos, we'd much appreciate it if you could give us a comment or a like and a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. So there we go, plane's nearly finished. All that's left to do now is sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. There we go, we're flying off into the distance now. And another cool feature was that all the walls were interactive, so you can move things around and have a little bit of fun with that. Now this takes us to the next part of the exhibition, which was the mental colours of Wellbeing. And within this exhibition, this offers different perspectives on mental health and well-being. It confronts societal bias and stereotypes, encouraging curiosity and connection with ourselves and others. And I've got to be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect from this as well, and I found it rather interesting and quite intriguing. And like many things to do with mental health, it's very subjective to individual interpretation. And what I did like was the colourful displays of the various sections, which did in fact highlight colours of mental health and well-being. And this funny looking thing was called Doing Nothing with AI, Artificial Intelligence. And people put on a headset, and I'm guessing depending on their thoughts, That determined how the object moved. There's 24 areas, and this one's called Even in Fear and shows a balloon being inflated, and you've got to guess when the balloon's going to pop. This one's called Move Well, Feel Well, and you just basically walk on a big hamster wheel, and I'm guessing the purpose for this is to get people to exercise, thinking that exercise creates endorphins and helps you feel better. This section's called What Do You Use as a Cushion, and displays cushions in the form of medications, which reflects how in society medications are used as a cushion for the mind, or can be used for the mind. I could talk a lot more about this subject from my background working in mental health, and I will likely include some aspects of my psychological processes, including humour at times when presenting these videos. Anxiety Animation is the name of this section, and I've fast forwarded it to give you a short overview of the clips because it did actually go on for some time, although it did strike a good balance between our perceptions of ourselves and what we perceive others may think of us. This area is called Keeping Up with the Latest Technology, and I can only guess what the designer is trying to interpret. And for me, that's the way in which, as humans, we would need to bend ourselves around to keep up with the constant evolution and changes in technological services. Moving on to this section, which is called Microbial Mood, which is quite interesting. This next section is called Go Mental, What is the Soundscape of Your Mind? And it is the creator's personal experience of night terrors. As you can hear, there's different sounds in each of these inflatable characters. And what we did was we put our heads into these and listened to them, and these were meant to represent the highs and lows of the creator's mind. And just in case you were wondering what the inflatable characters are called, they were Telly, Birdie and Teddy. Have you ever wondered what your thoughts look like? Now that's a question which must have kept the two doctors who invented this contraption awake, as they created this to do exactly that, capture your thoughts. I'll put whatever you call that thing on my head, and when I had a thought in my mind, I press a red button and wrote it down on the paper, and then walked away happy in the knowledge that I'd contributed to some scientific research. That wraps it up for this video. We hope that this has given you an insight of what to expect if you want to visit the Art and Science Museum in Singapore. So thanks again for watching, and we shall see you on the next video.